Sagacity. 7 minutes of exercise for your mind.
One of the hardest things to achieve as an adult, or a young person, let's not exclude the young people that listen to these as well. As a human, one of the hardest things to achieve is to learn something. To learn something to a level where you're competent and you can have that confidence that comes from knowing that when you do a certain sequence of events, a certain outcome is very likely to happen. So learning is hard, and different aspects of learning are harder than others. And different people with different skill sets and experiences and levels of understanding and motor skills and all the different things that can make us unique and special as humans can influence how easily a certain thing will be for us to learn that thing. And one of the biggest things that holds us back is looking at others and seeing how comfortable they seem to be around a certain topic or activity or skill, and realizing that for us to get to where they are seems so far away that they must just be lucky, or they must just be gifted, or they must just have an easier route to get to that level than we've got. And sometimes that's the case. But more often than not, we don't really know the ins and outs of what got that person to that point. So what we should be doing is looking for inspiration rather than reasons to pull somebody else's house down. So learning is hard. We've established that. Learning is not impossible because we've all got experiences that tell us that it's not impossible. Every single one of us on this podcast right now, whether that's me talking or you listening, every single one of us is doing something or has done something today that we couldn't previously do. And every single one of us will do something in the next 24 hours that we will do better than we did it last time. Whatever that might be. It might be as simple as making a friend a cup of tea, and you might have realised from last time that there was something you could do better this time to make it the perfect cup of tea for that particular friend. It could be that you're partaking in a hobby that you've taken up recently and you remember something that didn't go quite so well last time, and you're able to reflect on that. Maybe you've gone out and done some dedicated work on improving that, but the next time you go out, that particular part of the hobby that you're taking on, you're probably going to be better. But the nature of hobbies and trying new things is that another part of that might not go as well as it did last time. And this is all part of the learning process and all part of what makes us amazing animals or mammals or whatever we are. I don't really know. There's something for me to learn, right? But whatever we are as human beings, we're pretty phenomenal because we can see something that we want to be able to do, and we can put a sequence of events in place. Always better if we get the support of people who know that area better than us. Makes it safer, makes it more efficient, makes it more sustainable. But even if we're doing it on our lonesome, which I like to do quite a lot, I learn to do things on my own too often, really. I should save time and get other people to support me. But sometimes when you get your head around the fact that you're not the master of everything, you can actually enjoy the process of not being great. DJing is something that I've decided. I had one lesson actually in and around lockdown. Big up Terry for helping me to understand some of the hip hop and R&B transitions. But overall, it's been self-learning with a little bit of ducking into YouTube. But I've got to a level now where I've done a couple of things in public and not embarrassed myself. But I'm still not overly confident. I'm not trying to be a professional DJ. I'm doing it for a bit of fun and to support our community projects. Every now and again, I'll go back to doing it after a few weeks off, and suddenly something clicks. Now, I don't know the rhyme and reason for that because I've not been practicing in between, but there must have been enough hours accumulated previously that in my brain somewhere, it's finally all clicked. And then it's come together and I've got a huge smile on my face, normally on my own, in the coach house, having a go. But it feels great when you finally master something. But then, all of a sudden, something you thought you'd mastered elsewhere suddenly goes wrong. But you've got to be able to smile at yourself in them situations. Now, one thing that I know is really powerful for cementing our learnings and making sure that we can continue to build on whatever it is that we've developed is to teach that thing to someone else. So my challenge to you is to think of something that you're now at a point in your life where you're pretty confident and competent with it. Now, it can't be something that, I don't know, it could be. Who am I to say? It could be anything, right? I'm going to leave it to you guys. I was going to try and sort of challenge you a bit more, but it's up to you. Whatever you want to challenge yourself with. If there's something that you've learned to do in recent times that you feel good about and you feel confident about, see if there's someone out there that you could teach to do the same thing. Now, there's a difference between what you want to get from that. Now, you might just want to teach someone to do an exercise that you found really helps you to strengthen your hip or your back or your knee or your ankle, and it's really helped you out. And you know that there's someone at work who's suffering with a similar thing. You're not a physio, you're not a surgeon, you can't go too complicated, but if it's low risk and you can just show someone a simple exercise that might help them, I suggest you do it and enjoy that process, and it will help it cement into your mind, I've used that word a couple of times now, but cement into your mind how you got to the point that you're currently at where you can teach someone else. Now, the difference between a manager and a leader is that a manager will believe quite often that they've already mastered whatever that thing is to the best it can be done. And then you're trying to get someone to get to your level of competence. If you're a leader, and I've got a lot of leaders in my network and it's growing all the time, if you're a leader, if you're a true leader, you will want that person to end up going past you and becoming even more successful as it, and coming back round and helping others and probably showing you some even better ways to develop. So if you've got that leadership running through you and you enjoy taking people to new levels, you won't mind if someone gets better than you at something that you're currently comfortable being at that level. Even if you've put blood, sweat and tears in to get into the level that you're currently at, seeing someone else exceed your level shouldn't make you feel uncomfortable if you're a true leader. But not everyone's a leader, and maybe you just want to help someone get close to where you're at, but you still want to be top of the tree. And that's fine as well, as long as you're improving others. So keep life simple, simplicity sticks, but try and teach someone something this week.